So we're in Clovis, California. We just installed a Norritz isolation valve kit. It's a flush kit, and that is the, oh, there's a lot of numbers. So it's the IKWV201THLF. That's lead-free, which is required. You can see the label in the top right, lead-free. That's required for potable water these days. It's threaded. So anyways, it's an isolation valve kit, straight from Norritz, and those run about 75 bucks. And then what we've got is a couple of brand new stainless steel supplies. Those are about 10 bucks each, right around there. So it's about $95 in material. And then some assorted fittings. You know, we had to come out and just a little 90 and a couple nipples, no big deal, so no charge for that. But anyways, what was installed there was these two corrugated copper supply lines. And by themselves, not a bad product. However, they connected them to iron pipe. And that's where the trouble begins. So just a bad choice for supply lines. Additionally, you can see the supply line here, they've kinked it pretty good, so at some point, you know, you bump it around, move it back and forth, and it will split. So these two, we just abandon them. We don't like to leave new or old products in when we install a new isolation kit. So we've got these new. These are Falcon stainless steel connectors. This is a 3/4 by 15 and a 3/4 by 18. Just kind of snaked it around, got the cold tied in on the cold side, and the hot side on the hot supply on the hot side. These are the super mega flow, which means they're 3/4 inside diameter, whereas most supplies are 3/4 outside diameter, and inside they're about 5/8. So these have great flow to the home. Now when you come out to test this, instead of going in the home and running water, what you do is you go ahead and pull this. I'm going to talk a little bit louder. You go ahead and pull this straight out, and you'll see it dumps water, the unit fires, and you can just put your hand in that water and you can feel it. So we got plenty of hot water. You'll have to wait in the home based on how far the plumbing is from the water heater. And you get a little dribble out of that, no big deal. It dribbles and it shuts down because this is open to the valve. But that will stop once you shut it off. This is the Rinnai V53. Has an optional, I'm not sure if it comes with a controller, whether it's optional. If it came with it, they didn't install it, which is fine. From the factory, that unit is set at 120 degrees. There's an internal switch that allows you to switch to 140 degrees. If you wanted anything in between or lower, or in between 120 to 140, you'd have to get a controller. And you can either put it in the box or pipe it into the home, or run a wire, low voltage wire into the home and get it tied in. Relief valve is in, 500,000 BTUs. These are required. That was the one thing that was a problem with the original installation, is it just was tied straight in hot and cold, and no pressure relief valve. That's required by code. So the valve, this pressure relief valve comes with the isolation kit. So no big deal. It's a piece of copper, threaded, come down. Code is this has to be terminate 6 inches to 24 inches above grade, so we're at about 23 above grade, so that's code. This is good. Things are a little loose back in here. Your original installer, I don't know. See, that one's pretty tight, not moving around too much, or maybe you can't see it. That one moves around a little bit, but anyways, that's your new flush kit. Same thing you've got on the one in the main home. You go ahead and once a year come out and close these valve downs. You close down the cold, close down the hot, open up the hot, open up the cold, hook up your hoses, get your distilled white vinegar, flush it out for about an hour, close it back down. So anyways, I'll leave that to you. That's the installation. Outside of that, we are done.